Hi, how are you guys? All right, my name is Shawn Cox. I'm today's mediator. I'd like you guys to go ahead and introduce yourselves.
David Martinez.
Okay.
Chris Marshall.
Pleasure to meet both of you. Have either one of you ever met me prior to me talking to you guys on the phone the other day?
No, sir.
No,
Okay, neither one of you know me before coming to this, right?
not at all.
Okay. First of all, I'd like to congratulate both of you on coming to this mediation attendance. You've made your first agreement with each other, which is fantastic. What I do here is, my job here is not to take sides. I'm not here to be the judge or be a referee. I'm not here to decide anything between either one of you. What my job is to help facilitate an agreement that the two of you come up with. Does that make sense? Okay. And what do you prefer that I call you? Do you prefer I call you David?
That's
What would you
fine.
like me to call you?
Chris.
Okay, fantastic. Now, I sent both you guys an agreement to mediate. Did you guys get a chance to read it?
No, I haven't.
Okay. All right, here's yours, and here's yours. Let's just go over this real fast. This just explains what the entire agreement is. First of all, is my role as a mediator. Like again, I'm not here to provide legal advice. I'm not here to judge you or to be a referee. I'm simply here to go ahead and help you guys try to come to an agreement. Number two is the mediation process. This entire mediation process is voluntary. If at any time neither one of you feel like you want to be here any longer, please let me know and we'll go ahead and end it. Should things get out of hand for any reason, which I doubt they will, you can go ahead and end the mediation as well. If I feel that one of you is suffering from something unjust or unreasonable, I can go ahead and choose to end the mediation too. Most of the time that doesn't happen, we go ahead and we get to the very end of everything. During this mediation process, several things are going to happen. What we're going to do is that I'll be taking notes. I suggest that you guys go ahead and grab your pen and paper and take notes as well while we're doing this mediation, so if something comes up you haven't heard before, we can go ahead and write it down and go from there. Fair enough?
Sounds good.
Fair enough.
If anytime you guys have questions while we're doing this, please let me know and I'll be happy to answer them for you. This may be very hard, but I can guarantee you one thing, it will be beneficial because I know that you guys will come to an agreement when we're all finished. Okay, David?
Sounds good.
All right. A couple of rules. Each one of you will have a chance to speak. David, you'll go first. And then when each one of you is speaking, I need the other one not to say anything during the entire time they're speaking. All right, there's no name calling, no intimidation, none of that kind of stuff at all. Each side speaks one at a time. If you have any questions, save them until that person is finished. And then when the other person speaks, the other one needs to be quiet as well. If at any time during this mediation process you guys need to speak to me privately, that's called caucusing. Let me know, and we'll step outside of the room and we'll go ahead and talk, and I'll talk to you one-on-one so that we can discuss what you want to do. Anything that you and I discuss or that you and I discuss is held strictly confidential between each one of us, and I won't disclose it to the other party without your consent, okay? In addition to this, there's no other interruptions. I don't want anybody interrupting each other. If while we're going through this and I say stop, it's important that you guys go ahead and stop for me. Everything that we say here today is strictly confidential, meaning what we talk about won't get out of this room. Any notes that any of us might take are going to get shredded before we leave. All right? None of this is being recorded and going on and so forth. It's strictly confidential, as I said, and nothing that comes from this mediation can go outside of this room unless, of course, we come to an agreement. And then it's up to you two guys whether you want to go ahead and make that public or keep between the two of you. Okay? Another thing that we go over is testifying. In this agreement is that I am not to testify in any courts, nor will I testify as to anything that happened here today between the two of you. Does that make sense? So should something ever go to court, there's nothing I can do to help the situation because that's what we're signing right here. All right. As I said, all paperwork will be shredded. Once we're done, hopefully we'll come to a solution that you guys will understand everything and that you will be able to move this process forward and we'll have an agreement. Sound fair? Okay, does anybody have any questions?
Nope.
All right, I have sodas and waters and snacks over there. If you guys are hungry or thirsty, please feel free to help yourself at any time, okay? All right, let's begin. All right, hit stop.